Entertaining.
We have sound, hopefully, this week. Welcome to the Blue Duck Fantasy Football Pregame Show. I am Matt. We are waiting on Ben, who is running fashionably late, apparently. Yeah, he's coming.
Just with the weather.
We'll go through the weather, I guess, to start. There looks like it's pretty nice everywhere. Miami, New England, it may start raining towards the end of that game. It should be garbage time anyway. Patriots running backs will be getting the load anyway. I guess Miami might hinder their... What's that? What? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami will be trying to make up some points at that point, but if it's a thunderstorm, it won't help their comeback attempt for their garbage time points.
No.
Green Bay, Minnesota had said something about a fog warning. I don't think that should affect too many things.
We do have a question on Instagram here.
Wow.
Someone's asking Larry Fitzgerald, Jarvis, or MVS for my flex spot. I think it's pretty easy. Jarvis.
PPR or not, yeah, it's Jarvis. Yeah.
Jarvis, regardless.
Yeah. People are too down on the Browns. It was one bad game, and they'll be better. Was that just right now?
Yeah, just happened right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was on Instagram. Okay, so we've talked weather. Big news. Joe
Mixon active. Mike Williams also active.
Only going to be using the red zone.
Yeah, Mike Williams seems like he's going to have a limited role today. He's going to the red zone. Mixon, they didn't really say. People are kind of expecting him to get a lighter workload, but to me in week 2, if you're playing, you should be getting a full workload. I guess it's kind of the same though. Mike Williams is playing with a very limited role.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a 16-game season. You're trying to win as many games as you can. Cincinnati almost won last week.
Yeah. A
game they weren't supposed to win, so they're probably thinking they have a chance this week against San Francisco, and Joe Mixon might be able to help. Whether they use more Gio or more him, I'm not starting him. I'm not high on him. We can talk about your the discrepancy here that you have. You have him ranked 6th.
Yeah,
do you think he's a full go, or do you think that ranking should be updated?
I mean, it could be updated a little bit, bring him down a bit, but I would still start him as a running back this week. He's not even in the flex category. He'd be around 15-ish, 15, 20.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like him. I think he's going to be more of a decoy out there. They have Gio Bernard, so there's no reason for them to force feed Mixon, and he wasn't great last week. So I would sit him. As long as if you have Malcolm Brown, I'd start Malcolm Brown over him.
I have that exact same scenario, but I'm putting in Mixon.
I
think Malcolm Brown's my flex, though.
Are you playing me in that league?
No.
Oh, shucks. If you were, that'd be fantastic. Let's talk about some other matchups here. Players that I'm high on that you're lower on. I have Philip Rivers 7th. You and Mr. Black have him 15th and 14th, respectively. Why do you not like Rivers at Detroit this week?
It's not that I don't like him. That's kind of borderline starter.
Yeah.
He's missing Hunter Henry. Mike Williams is going to be very limited. He's going to be having to throw it to Keenan Allen. Rivers has always just been a guy for me that's fine to start, but he's never been super high up. And Detroit did pretty well against Arizona until the 4th quarter last week. It's a different offense.
Okay.
That's
I think
my take on
it's a
Rivers.
fine start this week. I wish I had started him over James Winston. James Winston's going to be relegated to the bench for the foreseeable future. One of the guys that we told you to take late in your draft, give him 2 weeks, see what he is. And that Arians offense isn't working. It's not that I don't think it will get going, but 0 targets for O.J. Howard on Thursday.
Yeah. The thing with Winston, though, he had 2 drop touchdowns.
Oh, did he?
Mike Evans dropped 1, and Rashad Perryman had 1.
Oh, yeah, I saw the Perryman one. Yeah, I had struggled watching that game on Thursday because of the stream that I was using. But let's move on. Let's talk about a guy that you hate very much this week, and that's Derrick Henry, Tennessee running back, against Indy at home. You have him ranked 18th, while myself and Mr. Black have him ranked 6th and 7th, respectively. State your case here.
I've never been a big Derrick Henry fan. Indianapolis defense is decent. They were pretty good against the run against LA Chargers last week. And again, Henry's just he was not doing well last week at all until he broke a big play there at the end. Not even at the end, but
he had a touchdown too earlier.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was like from 1 yard out.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, he's gonna get like 18 and 18. You're still starting him.
Yeah.
It's just he's not in the top 10 for me.
Player.
No.
Okay, and let's talk about somebody who's not.
Maybe you state your case why he's 6 or 7.
Because I think that NDD is terrible.
Okay.
You saw what Echo did to them last week. Justin Jackson ran well against them last week. And Tennessee's going to run them. This is their focus of their offense. I think it's a good matchup. I think there are other people that I don't like, such as James Conner, who I have 19th, and you and Mr. Black have 9th and 6th. And I'll state my case here. That offense looked awful on Sunday. The Seattle run defense looked pretty good against the Bengals. It's just, Mixon got hurt, but nobody did anything running there. So I do believe that the Seattle their run defense is pretty good, whereas the pass defense isn't that good. So I think Roethlisberger probably be trying to pass more, even though I'm not high on Roethlisberger. I need to see it from this offense before I start putting them higher. So I've dropped them this week.
Seattle also sold out to stop the run. They got burnt by Andy Dalton.
Yeah. So. Leading league in passing yards, right?
Yeah.
So.
So that'll be a little different at Pittsburgh too.
All right, so let's talk about another running back in the same kind of area that I have ranked 20th, and Mr. Black has ranked 15th, and you like at 8th, and that's Leonard Fournette, Jacksonville running back.
Fournette's obviously going to be the focal point here. This is kind of why you have Derrick Henry so high and I don't. I think it's kind of the same argument I'm going to have. He's going to be the guy there. They're playing the Texans again.
In Houston.
Yeah.
I saw Gardner get off the plane.
Yeah. He was wearing a fancy suit.
I think Houston gets out to a big lead, and they have to phase out the run, and they have to start checking it with the rookie quarterback.
Even Fournette was catching balls last week too. I think he'll be fine.
Well, yeah, fine. I'm not saying he's going to be bad. He's not a sit by any means, but you have him as a top 10 play this week. You have him in any DFS lineups?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, me neither. Let's talk about Damien Williams, a guy who I hated before the season, who I really like this week. I'm at 13. You have him at 23 and 25 for Mr. Black. It's not that big of a swing. I just think he's a borderline top guy. He was really involved last week, and that offense, doesn't matter who's there. Sean McCoy looked good there, but the pass catching is going to be a big factor to me today, and that's why I think he's going to be high.
The workload is just what my biggest concern with him is that McCoy is going to get 10, 12 touches a game. That's my biggest concern about that.
I still think what they do with those touches, like you think LaShawn McCoy getting 10, 12 touches a game from KC is going to score more points than he would if he was getting 25 touches in Buffalo.
He will.
So I think Damien Williams is going to get more touches every week because of the pass game ones. I know Shady can play in the pass game, but Damien Williams seems to be their guy, and they're not going to the rookie at all. So
yeah,
I like him. Marlon Mack, a guy who I think is leading the league in rushing yards. He got a 172 last week.
He had a high number. I don't remember what exactly it was. But
yeah, and he looked fast last week, and that offensive line can block.
Yeah.
And they're going up against Tennessee, who Chubb ran well against. He was like 15 for 75 or something like that. Like he was.
Yeah.
Didn't have a bad day. They just had to go away from him after they started, falling way back in the game. So I like him this week at 8. You have him 22. And Mr. Black is in between us at 14. So what is it that makes this guy a borderline start for you and not?
It's the Tennessee defense, and I know you just said Chubb did well against them, but I don't know. I just don't see Indy putting up a lot of points. I don't think they're going to be down in the red zone too often. I mean, running backs are touchdown dependent sometimes. It's not like Tennessee's going to run away with the game at all, so Mac will get probably 20-ish carries, I'd imagine. But again, I've got him in as the running back start, but as the second option, he's just not top 10 for me. What did you say you had him at 8?
8.
Yeah. So
all aboard the bandwagon. Marlon Mack, top 10.
Talking about how 1 week since really swing you.
I mean, it's that line. It's not him. It's that line. I think that line is something that I just didn't think of in the offseason. Because that line did a good job of protecting Andrew Luck last year. And Mack ran well behind the line. But I thought that was more to do with Andrew Luck. You saw in week 1, that line is what gets that running game going. And it's not Andrew Luck. And Brissett's played well enough. It's not like they have a liability at quarterback at all.
Could be the Chargers D.
It could have been the Chargers D as well, but the Chargers D was supposed to be pretty decent, and losing one safety shouldn't change that completely. But I think you saw the one big pancake that he had, right?
Nelson.
Yeah, Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
On a pretty good player as well.
Yeah.
So that line is going to move the pile. Let's talk about someone who you, I think, said was like you hated more than anyone ever, and that's Latavius Murray. You have him at 40 this week against the Rams in what you think is going to be a high-scoring game, a game that you are targeting in DFS, but yet Latavius Murray is not part of your plans for this game.
No, I mean, it's going to be the Alvin Kamara show. Latavius will get his touches, but they didn't even really use Murray as much of a goal line back on Monday night, I guess.
No, he's just kind of getting a small share. Yeah. He's going to just rest Kamara from time to time so they can keep him fresh. Yeah,
it's going to be definitely really high scoring, and that's kind of a flex-ish situation around running back 40.
Around running back 40 is a flex-ish situation?
Ish.
You're starting 24, you got 16 more? I don't think that's a flex-ish situation.
It could be.
Yeah, if you're playing with multiple flexes, maybe. I have him at 27, which is a flex situation.
That's almost a starter.
It's almost a starter, but it's a high flex because that's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's going to be a lot of offense. Both teams are going to have a lot of possessions. You'd like Latavius Murray, especially in the standard league, as a good, fantastic flex play. And if you're really stuck at running back, so you have Joe Mixon, throw in Latavius Murray for him. Okay. You're not on board with that?
No.
Of course not. You love Mixon this week. Philip Lindsay, our last running back. We're talking about him because you have him 29th, and Mr. Black has him 26th, and I have him 46th. He is not a starter for me this week. You saw what Chicago did to Green Bay. Philip Lindsay is splitting with Royce Freeman, so I'm hoping, like in PPR, I'm sure I have him higher. This is a standard ranking. I wouldn't be starting in standard. In PPR, maybe he catches 6 balls and has value, but I can't see it in standard. It's just going to be getting stuffed and a low-scoring game.
It is. It's not going to be a high-scoring game at all. It's probably going to be like 13-10, 13-7.
Yeah, so no touchdowns.
No, I mean, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns in the game between, combined, almost.
Yeah, so to say that Lindsay's going to get it, it's just a huge guess. They could easily be Sanders. They could easily be Noah Fant.
Look at that. Alex Smith is watching the show. Recovering from his...
Lindsay, Latavius Murray, or Mixon? Well...
Mixon for me.
Mixon for you, Latavius Murray for me.
That's not going to be very helpful. Not Lindsay.
Don't start Lindsay. We just talked about these 3 guys.
Yeah.
So, Alex Smith, clearly a big fan.
How's the leg, Alex?
Yeah, I definitely go Latavius Murray. If you want, I guess Mixon's the higher upside play here. Sure. So if you think that you're going to be losing by a lot or you need to make up a lot of points, by all means start Mixon. But if you just need a good, solid running back, Latavius Murray's your safest bet out of the group. You'd agree with that, probably?
Yeah, he's the safer.
Sounds like a no.
Mixon can get re-injured too, right? It's an ankle sprain, so that he could run twice and come out of the game for good.
Yeah, so the safest play is Latavius Murray. The high upside play is Joe Mixon. Matt thinks it's Joe Mixon. I say Latavius Murray. I'm right, Matt's wrong. Book it.
Okay.
All right, wide receivers. Odell Beckham. I have him ranked 17th this week. You have him 5th and 6th. You're not worried about the fact that he can't open up and can't run full speed?
Nope.
Or that he's wearing $250,000 watches out there and that's the bigger story than this play?
No, I think he's going to be fine. He's going to get... I have him pegged for about 100 yards and a touchdown. That's good for me.
Okay, I don't think he gets 100 yards.
16, 17 points.
But the fact that before week 1 they're saying he couldn't open up, that's going to be a problem. That's going to just hold him back.
Well, he got a lot of targets on week 1.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing anything spectacular with them. He was just being more like a possession receiver. He wasn't being that explosive top 5 guy that we know and hate or love, depending on who you ask. I want to talk about T.Y. Hilton. Why I set my lineups. I haven't had time to do that yet.
Actually, I might have to do that too. T.Y. is someone that I was a little bit lower on. Again, it's more a reflection of the Tennessee defense. They are... You saw what they did to the Browns, and Indianapolis is not the Browns. He's fine. He's going to be... He's just outside wide receiver 2 for me. I think I was 26. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe...
You were 26, and we were both in the teens.
Yeah, so... Yeah, he's someone that you're going to have, and he's a flex for me.
Yeah.
Borderline... Wide receiver 2 to start.
So I'll give you a start-sit question for quarterback.
Okay.
In the 2-quarterback league, starting Tom Brady, I have Kirk Cousins and Eli Manning.
Cousins.
No, you don't think Eli Manning against Buffalo can do some things?
Not with,
but no wide
nobody,
receivers?
Yeah. Sterling Shepard's out. We know that already, so
Look at that. Gave you an easy one.
Hopefully Cousins does better now.
But yeah, I mean, Cousins is kind of a risk, but there's no way I was going to start Eli Manning. Okay, see if I have some more start-sit questions for you. In our league of record, would you start Sony Michel or Allen Robinson or Josh Gordon or David Njoku? Set my lineup, Matt. I think Robinson's out at Denver.
I'll go Sony probably.
Okay, so my lineups are set. You've set our RSO lineups, Matt?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect.
They should be. They should be set from like Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day.
Well, you had Cortland Sutton at one point.
Yeah, I'm sure I took him out.
My goodness. Do you have your
I'm pretty sure I
phone?
put in Malcolm Brown for him.
So I have to log in.
Yeah. Give me something else to talk about. Our one viewer is going to be bored.
I'm pretty sure that one guy left.
No, there was two and now it's one.
Yeah, told you he left. If this is not my password, you're gonna have to go get your phone. No, I'm good. Let me just check my solo team first. Alright, Lamar.
There we go. Standard still going. Tyrell Williams or Mecole Hardman?
Tyrell.
That's Tyrell, yeah.
Yeah, that's not close.
Yeah. Mecole is too much of a gamble.
Mecole's like a DFS play.
Yeah. That's why I have him in my DFS. Actually, I have both of those guys. But yeah, Tyrell's a lot
I have
safer.
Tyrell in my double up. Because I think he's a very safe bet this week. High floor, high ceiling. They're going to be behind. You still have Nick Foles on the stupid team?
I thought you dropped him. Oh, wait, we missed out on everybody, I think.
Okay.
Is that your other?
Montgomery, this is yours. Yeah, I don't see Sutton in here anywhere. I don't even know who's on this team. No, it's not. So I gotta check the other league.
The lineup looked okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so the legend, just didn't.
That's part of a sentence. I'm sure more's coming.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Tyler Higby. Yeah, Malcolm Brown's in.
Yeah. Didn't know how often Mecole would be used this week. Nobody really knows that, to be honest. He was on the field for 77% of the snaps and got one target.
Regardless, he'd have to have like a Marquise Brown type of game. Like it could happen, but you don't want to bank on that. Just pick Tyrell. He's gonna be the safe play. He's got the high floor. He's got a high ceiling because they're gonna be behind chasing points. And he looked good against Denver.
Yeah.
And Denver's secondary, like, it's not a joke. So Tyrell Williams, yeah, don't get too cute too early in the season. Oh, this line looks great. Oh, I have Gus Edwards playing in the lineup. Other running back options are Ito Smith, Chase Edmonds, Jalen Samuels, or CJ Anderson. Would you start any of those over Gus Edwards in this lineup where I have just nothing at running back?
Maybe Ito because that game's going to be high scoring.
And Ito did get like 50-50 swap.
Split.
Yeah, split. I got Gio as my other back. Did you bet Mixon was 100%? Which he's not. Good thing I have Kenny Golladay and Mike Evans in my flex. I should have really started Mike Evans in the wide receiver spot. That was a rookie mistake.
He's asking if we want to see his entire team.
Sure, I mean, we're here for you.
Yeah. You're the only one talking to us, so bring it on.
Yeah, happy to help. So while we're doing this, we'll talk about Ty Williams and how high I have him at 16. So that's how high I am on him. You have him at 28.
Yeah.
And Mr. Black at 32. So you guys all have him in the flex spot, but I have him way higher. He, like I mentioned already, he looked great. He's going to get targets early, and he's going to get garbage time late because KC is just going to run people over this year. D-Jack's another guy that I'm high on. You guys have him in a similar spot. You're at 33, Mr. Black's at 28, and I have him at 18.
Yeah, so flex. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind
I
of
think
a
he keeps it going. Yeah, in standard. I mean, even in PPR, he's probably still a start for me. The last guy I have on this list here is John Ross. Now, I believe in John Ross. I don't think you fully believe in John Ross.
No.
First round talent, third-year wide receiver. AJ Green is out. Andy Dalton, most important fact, is playing for his job. Ryan Finley looked good in the preseason. New coaching staff. If he doesn't play really well, he's going to lose it.
That's true, and I have John Ross in one of my DFS lineups because there's definitely the big play potential there. We saw it last week, but it's not somebody I would rely on too heavily. I wouldn't have too many shares in him.
No, and again, I have him 32nd, and I have him on several teams, and he's not starting on any of those teams. But
there you go.
Yeah, you have him about 50. So it's Pat Mahomes, Le'Veon Bell, carry on.
That's probably C. Godwin, I'm guessing.
It could be Terry Godwin. Isn't that
Chris Godwin?
Is Terry Goodwin? Guy who was in Carolina. O.J. Howard, ouch.
Yeah.
Tyrell Williams. Tyler Boyd.
Mayer is the last starter. That's the kicker, obviously.
10-man league. I don't know how many you start though. That's the thing. Like, but if you're just looking for the flex, I would you start Tyrell Williams or Tyler Boyd?
I would start Boyd, but you have Tyrell probably ahead of him.
But I'm assuming he started Chris Godwin. If that is Chris Godwin, is the team even close to the?
Is that Chris Godwin?
It could be Terry Goodwin.
Who would start that?
No, but that's. I don't know why you'd have him on the 10-team league.
It's gotta be Chris.
It's gotta be Chris. So he must have started him. If he starts 3 wide receivers, then I guess he's probably starting Tyler Boyd. But it seems to me like everything after the kicker is the bench.
Yeah, that's what he says. Mayer's the last starter.
Oh, okay. So he's sitting Boyd.
Yeah, it's between Boyd and Williams.
I'm just going to check my rankings.
I'm surprised you didn't ask between Boyd and Williams and Hardman. Really.
Yeah, I'm just going to check my rankings on BlueDuckFantasy.com. You should look to trade one of your quarterbacks, so that would be the best thing you should do. You have Lamar and...
Yeah, and Pat Mahomes.
There's no need for that.
Yeah.
That's the best advice you're going to get from us. Trade a quarterback.
Yeah, it is.
Is it PPR?
It's standard.
Standard?
Yeah.
So yeah, just checking to look at our rankings here to see where we have Tyler Boyd.
I got Boyd higher, for sure.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, so I have him 26th. I moved him down because I think John Ross cuts into him. We have an average of 22, whereas Tyrell's an average of 25.3.
So it's close.
Yeah, I go with Tyrell Williams, but it's close. And you go with Tyler Boyd, and it's not as close.
Well,
you have him 18 versus 28.
Yeah.
I have him 16 versus 26. So there you go. Yeah.
10 points. So whoever you trust more.
Clearly.
My older brother wants Lamar. To be honest, he said he'd give me Kittle if I gave someone else also.
He also said, give me Kittle?
Yeah. Well, then.
Yeah, you should
Kittle,
do that.
I mean, depending on
Yeah.
as long as it's not like Lev or
Yeah, dude, if you
Carrion.
do Lamar and O.J. Howard for Kittle and you get something else back, that's a great deal.
Yeah, I think so.
You should try to make that trade. Oh, I guess you can't trade O.J. Howard since he already played.
Yeah.
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 If you can get Kittle out of your backup quarterback that you drafted in the 10th or 11th round, that's unbelievable, and that's how you win your league. But yeah, holding those two guys, like you're having Lamar Jackson on the bench this week. There's no value in that. You're not going to sit Patrick Mahomes. He played the toughest D he was going to play last week, and he torched them.
Yeah, you're never. 1 week you're going to play him is week 12, whatever Kansas.
Yeah, and by that time, Yeah. Okay, let's get to the Sunday Showdown. Are you ready for the Sunday Showdown, man? This isn't a game. This is serious business.
It's a draft, yeah. It's not a game. We're clear on that.
Sunday Showdown.
Well, why don't you explain the rules for anybody that is tuning in to see us?
All right, for all the viewers out there, all of you watching, what this is there's a list of 10 A-list players, 20 B-list players, and 10 C-list players. A-list players, anybody ranked in the top 50. B-list is 51 to 150, and then 151 to 200. Yeah, if you can get Rivers as a backup, there's no real need to get a backup quarterback in a 10 quarterback or in a 10-team league.
And when you have Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, you have Pat Mahomes, and if you lose Pat Mahomes, your team's going to be done, or you can find somebody on the waiver wire. The rosters don't seem that deep. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bench spots. It's not bad, but you don't need a backup QB in a 10.
Or a backup defense, honestly.
Oh, if he's streaming though, he's got Ravens and Rams. Yeah, I would rather have a backup defense than a backup quarterback, just because you can play the stream. You're never going to play the stream with Pat Mahomes.
No.
Like the matchup is never going to be like, well, I guess I'll start Lamar Jackson this week, or I'll start Rivers this week. You're never going to do it. Anyways, back to the Sunday Showdown. The A-list this week. You ready? I have to write these down as well. Actually, I don't. Chris Carson, back again.
Okay.
James Conner.
Okay.
Julian Edelman. Alshon Jeffrey. T.Y. Hilton. Pat Mahomes was one of 3 quarterbacks only this week.
Okay.
Josh Jacobs. Adam Thielen. DeAndre Hopkins. And Sony Michel. New phone. Didn't realize that the volume was on it. Sorry, everyone watching.
Just another person I can use to see that opportunity. He thinks he can trade Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers isn't going to have much value. Like, you're better off getting a possible like asset that can blow up and become something, or even like a buy low candidate like Corey Davis, who you still like. Okay, you get DeAndre Hopkins and Sony Michel?
No, I didn't get Michel.
Okay, Sony Michel. That ends up the A-list.
Okay. So we need 2 A-listers.
Yeah, 2 A-listers. It doesn't matter the position, but you need 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and a flex that has to be a running back or wide receiver.
Yes.
Can't put a tight end in the flex.
Okay.
B-list, Deshaun Jackson,
Okay.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Okay.
Darren Waller,
Okay.
D.D. Westbrook,
Okay.
DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Is Trey Burton out? He's on the list.
I didn't actually.
Either way, I don't think any of us can go for him. Corey Davis.
Well, that could be some picked for them.
Yeah, if he's out, we won't do that though. Calvin Ridley, Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, John Ross, Justice Hill, Drew Brees, Marvin Jones, Tyrell Williams, Jimmy Graham.
Hold on. Graham.
Come on, Matt.
Okay.
Carlos Hyde,
Okay.
Tyler Boyd,
Mm-hmm.
Big Ben, 1 of 3 quarterbacks.
Okay, so all 3 are out now.
Mike Davis is the last B player.
Mike Davis from Chicago.
From Chicago, running back. C-list players, Adam Humphries, Tyler Still Healthy Eifert.
Did he even play last week?
Yeah, he did. He didn't lead the team in snaps as a tight end. Mohamed Sanu, but it was close. It was like 60-40. He actually had 6 catches.
Did he?
Yeah, they both had 6
Very
catches.
quiet. Okay.
Yeah, Dante Pettis. You got Mecole Hardman.
I didn't get Dante Pettis actually.
Dante Pettis, Mecole Hardman.
Okay.
Traquan Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Quinn.
Okay.
Jalen Richard.
Okay.
DJ Chark.
Okay.
Gus Edwards.
Gus Bus.
All right. Since I'm a nice person, I'm gonna give you the first pick.
I thought I got first pick because I won.
Nope. Last week was practice. Did not count. That's not why I'm giving you the first pick. It's just because I'm a nice person. Go ahead and make your first pick.
Okay. This is 0.5 PPR, you said?
Yep, half point PPR.
Okay. I will take. I'm gonna take DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
It's on my A's.
I will take Mecole Hardman.
And then.
No one then. I'm just good with him. My whole team. Let's take a look here. There's gotta be some B guys I like. Tyrell Williams, who you probably wouldn't have picked, but I'm going to take him. So, 2 of the players that he asked about are on my team.
Yeah.
But remember, we're limited with the player
Yes.
pools here, and Mecole Hardman was such a great pick in the C pool that I couldn't pass him up as the first
Yeah,
pick.
I liked him out of that group for sure. Let's go with. Why is there like?
7 minutes to game time. Hopefully you got all your lineup set.
Why is there like no running backs in the B group here?
There's Justice Hill.
Just a Silver and Carlos Hyde, but it's terrible.
Yeah, Mike Davis. What are you talking about?
Yeah, terrible list.
Yeah.
Terrible list.
You already wasted your A list, and I'm gonna just destroy you if you don't.
I will. I'm gonna take Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
It's a B lister.
Who's your first pick? D-Hop?
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Houston.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the quiz on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right.
You said you wanted Landry.
Ravens.
Stop mumbling to yourself. Not helping the picks.
Carlos Hyde. I don't like any of those running backs out of that group, but I've got to take one as a B.
Okay. We'll go with Chris Carson.
Okay.
And gonna go with Jalen Richard.
Richard, okay. Didn't look in that group for a running back, but alright. Okay. I am going to throw a gamble with DJ Shark.
Sharky.
Without Nick Foles.
He did catch a deep pass from.
Oh, shoot! Can I change that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna that T Smith I wrote down. That's Traquan, right?
Yeah, it's Traquan.
Okay, I'm gonna take Traquan.
Trey Quizzle is on your Ross Dizzle.
That's still from the C group. So.
Yeah, that's a C player.
Okay.
So you still need one B, two B's, an A, and a C.
Yeah.
I need an A and 3 B's.
Breaking news: the Saints extended Sean Payton. Yippee.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. And we are gonna go.
5 minutes to game time.
Okay. Just gonna look at all the options here.
Guess I'll check my last lineup.
I
I offered a trade in to someone and they haven't responded. Get your thoughts on the trade I offered to the Bridgewater Plowers.
I'm gonna take Darren Waller.
Alright, we need a tight end. Are there even any other tight ends in here?
Yeah. What, Jimmy Graham, Tyler Eifert? Not much.
I might get stuck here at tight end.
Trey Burton's there. He's playing.
If he's playing. There's no A-list tight end, eh?
Nope.
Alright, so yeah, I probably just messed myself at tight end. So that was when you don't get any prep. He's a B-lister or C?
He's a B.
Okay.
Well, the Bears are playing late, so we don't even know about Burton.
I've already picked, since I can't even pick him, so I guess I'm stuck with Burton.
You can take Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy Graham's there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll probably take him. But not right now.
I was gonna say, it's kind of a waste of a pick right now.
Yeah. I am going to go Tyler Boyd Silver.
Yes, he is.
Pick Tyler Boyd. Okay, we got another question. It's going up against Russell Wilson. Boo. Kamara, it's going to be great. Dalvin Cook, yeah, it could be good. Tony Brown, Cooks, I actually like Cooks a lot. Oh, Evan Ingram. Diggs, the Browns D. And a kicker that I never heard of.
That's
yeah, it's a 10-team league, right? You're going to be up against good teams every week. You obviously have the better quarterback. But you see what Brown does. Brown is a big question mark. Cooks wasn't great last week, but I think he should be great. Evan Ingram is going to be amazing.
Diggs probably won't be that great. I don't think.
No, he might get shut down. We got 3 minutes of game time. Is it still my pick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pick another.
I think what he's getting at is, though, does he need the boom play?
No, I would. There's no way you can start Mecole Hardman when you have Tyrell Williams. Like, even if you need the boom play, Tyrell Williams has as good of a chance of being a boom play as Mecole Hardman.
True.
So yeah, that's the right lineup in my opinion. Matt thinks you should have Boyd in there instead of Tyrell Williams, but yeah, Le'Veon Bell's gonna be busy on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like carrying on Jonathan's matchup too. Hopefully Detroit uses him well.
Which that was a struggle for them last week.
Alright, I'm going to pick... My flex is going to be Deshaun Jackson.
Okay. Wow. There's gonna be nobody there. Okay, so I need an A and an I could go.
One minute to game time.
You're gonna laugh because
Yeah, I agree with you. I like Tyrell Williams as well more. I think it's the right start. I think you got the winning team. Matt, go for it.
alright, what pick?
Yeah, pick.
I'm gonna take you're gonna laugh, DJ Shark.
Okay.
And I am going to take James Conner.
Okay, so you didn't...
You've got to give me a B quarterbacks, which is Breeze or Ben.
Yeah, this game could get a little confusing sometimes because there wasn't enough quarterbacks this week.
That's what I said.
If you had picked Pat Mahomes, I wouldn't have a quarterback because I have to pick a B tight end. So I'm going to... Oh, so
Right.
you know what? Since you did that, I'm going to pick Jimmy Graham.
So I have to give you Mahomes.
You have to give me Mahomes. Wow, I played this perfectly. And I will
So
give
we
you
need more than
Ben Roethlisberger.
yeah. My
We have, what, 80 players? 10, 20, 40 players?
Yeah.
How many think should be quarterbacks minimum?
6.
Anyways, that's going to do it for the show, everybody.
Yeah. Enjoy the
games.
games.